There are 33 million reliable renters in America, people who pay their rent and utility bills on time, every single month, but who find themselves completely locked out of the American dream of homeownership. You might have the cash for a down payment, you might have a steady income, but to a traditional mortgage lender, none of that matters if you don't fit perfectly inside their rigid criteria, the credit box. Real-world financial lives are complicated. You might be self-employed. You might have a high debt-to-income ratio because of a recent emergency. Or maybe you're rebuilding your life after a divorce or a major medical event. To the credit box, those aren't human experiences. They're immediate disqualifiers. These institutional barriers hit underbanked communities the hardest. The hurdles to secure financing are incredibly high, effectively barring entire communities from property ownership. When you take your unique situation to a bank, they apply the standard Federal Housing Administration checklist. Because those specific government regulations don't account for your circumstances, the bank issues a formal denial. You are financially capable, yet the system forces you to keep paying off someone else's mortgage while building exactly zero personal equity. There is a structural bypass to this problem. It's called the Dream Builder Housing Empowerment Program. Instead of fighting the bank for direct approval, Dream Builder uses a HUD-approved nonprofit government entity. This entity steps in and actually purchases the property on your behalf. This creates a structured financing agreement. The traditional lender finances the government entity directly, shifting the immediate mortgage burden completely off your shoulders and onto the entity. By putting the government entity between you and the bank, you completely remove the traditional credit box from your immediate path into a home. Because the government entity is the buyer of record, the qualification rules for you change drastically. Instead of decades of pristine credit history, you only need to show 12 months of alternative documented payment history. A solid record of paying your rent on time works perfectly. The debt and credit requirements become incredibly flexible. Dream Builder allows debt-to-income ratios up to 50 or 60%. They accept FICO scores under 580. If you don't have a credit score at all, that is acceptable too. The program even accommodates severe financial shocks. Borrowers can be eligible for this program just one single day out of a bankruptcy. If you are self-employed and don't have standard W-2 tax forms, you can verify your income using just 3 months of business bank statements. It replaces exclusionary institutional metrics with a realistic, holistic view of your actual ability to pay. Once that agreement is signed, you take possession. You get the keys, and you move your family into your dream home immediately. During this lease phase, you hold equitable title, a specific legal interest that grants you a financial stake in the property as if you were already the owner. In a traditional lease, your rent money vanishes into a landlord's pocket. With equitable title, you are actively capturing the equity gains and the natural market appreciation of the property while you live there. You get the full use and enjoyment of the home, while simultaneously building personal wealth month after month. Living here becomes an aggressive wealth-building strategy, where every month of residency moves you closer to full ownership. The structured financing agreement functions as a temporary bridge, providing the necessary runway to reach traditional homeownership. The final transition happens when your credit heals, or when you can finally meet standard FHA guidelines. Once that happens, you are ready to take total control. You have multiple options to exit the program. You can legally assume the underlying FHA loan from the government entity, refinance the property into a brand new loan, or even sell the house. Because your purchase price was locked in at the very start of the agreement, you capture every dollar of market appreciation that occurs during your residency. When you finalize the takeover, that entire 100% of earned equity remains yours. You do not have to wait on the sidelines while housing prices continue to rise. You can step out of the rental trap, finally secure a home, and start building your legacy today.